This is for anybody who has ever wondered what shadow work is or how to become the best version of yourself. If you've tried other healing modalities, maybe you've been to spiritual healers, maybe you've tried traditional therapy, and you just feel like there's something missing, this book changed my life, but also just shadow work in general changed my life. Shadow work is the process of going into the root cause of where you became separate from your light. Usually that occurs in our early childhood with trauma, wounds, conditionings, and programmings that happen to us because we're raised by other people and because we don't have autonomy over our choices and the things that happen to us. I believe that all of those things happen for a reason and create the experience that we're meant to have here on earth in order to learn, grow, and evolve. But our human side really resents the fact that we went through those things, and our personality starts to shift to embody the darkness that we've gone through instead of the light. We start to develop personality characteristics that aren't true to us. Maybe we're really reactionary. Maybe we're judgmental. Maybe we fear being judged a lot. Maybe we have a lot of anxiety. Maybe we are just on edge all of the time. Like whatever it is, that's not your light. That's not who you really are. And shadow work in this book can help you drastically in finding your light again and getting back into living in alignment with who you really are and not in alignment with your shadow or the traumas, wounds, conditionings, and programmings that have led you to be darker than you have to be in this life. This life is hard. This earth is difficult, but there is light to be found and there's connection to be found in order to feel at peace and to feel settled into this human experience. And I just feel like shadow work and inner child healing can be so helpful in doing that. I personally used it when I got sober. I got to a point in my life, it's called the dark night of the soul from a spiritual perspective, where everything kind of came crashing down. A relationship that was really traumatic, my 10-year career came crashing down. All of it came crashing down at once. And I got to the bottom of myself and I was like, I need to change my ways. Like I have to get sober. I have to stay sober and I have to become a better version of myself. I have to treat other people better. I have to show up in relationships better. And I have to feel better in my day-to-day. I cannot live with this crippling anxiety. I cannot care so much about what other people think of me. I couldn't even make it through a day without having anxiety in one way or the other or a panic attack. And I was like, I have to get to the bottom of this. Ordered this book, which was super helpful. And I also just developed my own way of doing shadow work with my spirit team. So I started to meditate, started to connect to my guides, my angels, my past loved ones, and God, Source, Universe, Creator itself. And I started to develop my own way of doing shadow work by getting to the root cause of where I had become separate, retraining my nervous system, retraining my ego or my mental loop, and then finding my light and aligning myself to that light rather than all of the other stuff that was happening. And since then, I live such a more peaceful life, such a more settled life. My mediumship abilities were discovered through that process, and I just am really in alignment. I don't use any substances at all anymore. And I'm happy. So I love teaching people how to connect with their light and move through their shadow work. I highly recommend this book here, but I also offer a class that utilizes techniques from this book, but also my own personal process of doing shadow work and including a little spiritual twist. And that is every Thursday each month. So November sessions start tomorrow and you can sign up at connectionswithcass.com. We meet once a week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we do a little bit of a discussion or more like a lecture, and we don't discuss like aspects of our trauma or shadow, but we do discuss aspects of our light. We journal about our shadow and our darkness, and then we do a meditation or a short visualization exercise to help you process the inner child healing. And then at the end, I send some healing energy through Reiki and angel healing to help you just really move through all of the stuff that came up, and it also helps you sleep a little bit better that night. So I love teaching that class. This will be my 6th month teaching the class, and everyone has really positive reviews. People have said that it helps them emotionally, it helps them spiritually, it actually helps them physically release some stress that's stored in the body, and all around just really helpful. So I would love to have you join the class and or just pick up this book. It's linked in my TikTok showcase, and I hope that you feel better in your day today and that it helps you.